Looking good, Beth.
Good morning. This is Beth Wright coming to you live from upstate New York. And it is Tuesday morning. It's Hatha Yoga morning. And I'm drinking a yummy golden milk. I don't know if you've ever had one, but it's turmeric and cardamom with a little bit of coconut milk, as well as almond milk and ginger and dates all blended up, and it's so delicious. And it's great for the digestion. So that's like a nice morning drink. And we are going to start our yoga practice with the sound of Om, as always. And when we do this, we are connecting with all of the entire universe with this one chant. So go ahead and bring your palms together at your heart in prayer position, and let's breathe in together. And connect with your higher self, your I Am Presence, and Mother, Father, God. And let's call in our team. We each have a team of beings of light that assist us in our growth, our evolution and development. Just call them in. And now set your intention for your practice. Good, and then go ahead and release your hands down once you set your intention, keeping your eyes closed. Now we're sitting in easy pose, and you're either on a cushion or you're on the floor, or your hips are elevated. You might be sitting on a blanket. Just go ahead and scan your body from your feet right up to the top of your head. And as you breathe, and just be aware of any places that feel closed off. Also be aware of which places feel open and energetic. It's good to be able to feel into your body and see and feel what needs opening, where the blocks are. And blocks can sometimes show up as cold spots or just feeling no energy, no flow, no circulation there. And then once you're aware of that, you can do exercises and poses and breath work to open up that area. Good. Okay, so go ahead and open your eyes slowly now. And let's bring our palms up to our hearts. And we're going to inhale, reach up, drawing your fingertips towards the ceiling with your gaze turning up. Elongate right from the tailbone, lifting the torso, the rib cage, everything lifting while the sits bones ground. And now twist to the right as you exhale. Left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind you. Nice long spine. Breathe. Inhale, reach the palms back up. Gaze comes up. Lengthen through the spine, lifting the rib cage, the torso. And exhale, twisting to the left, right hand to the left knee, left arm behind you with a lengthened spine. Twist, turning your gaze around your left shoulder and breathe. Coming back to center. And now let's bring our hands right onto our knees, and we're going to drop our chin down to our chest. Keep your shoulders sitting squared so they're not rounding forward. They're lifted. It's just your head that's dropping down. And reach your chin for your sternum. Breathe into the back of the neck. And now slowly roll your right ear to your right shoulder. So your shoulders don't move at all, just your head. And a couple of breaths here. Good. Drop your chin back down to your chest and then slowly roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Deep breaths into the right side of the neck. And now we're just going to go back and forth nice and slow between the right side and the left side using the breath. It's always so nice to get the tension out of our neck and shoulders. We can hold a lot there. And bring your head back up to center. And let's take our legs out in front of us and just shake your legs out. Shake them out. And here you can place a blanket, a towel, or a bolster underneath your knees. You can even put 2 blocks underneath them whatever you have. Just so your knees are bent. This protects the low back when we fold forward. And then we're just going to do a nice gentle forward fold since we're just warming up. So your hands can come on either side of your legs. And now just begin to lean forward right from the hip crease and allow your back to round. Your shoulders will round down. And like I said, don't push it. Just breathe here right into the low back. Couple more breaths. Good. Coming up nice and slow. Move your blanket, bolster, block to the side. And we're going to come down onto our back. So plant your feet and then just roll down slowly onto the back. And hug the knees into the chest and gently rock side to side. Good. Now take your right foot and ankle and bring it right behind or over the left knee on top of the left thigh. And you're going to weave your right arm through the center hole and grab onto the knee. And then your left arm and left hand also grabs onto the knee. And now you're going to draw this left knee to you. And you're going to gently rock side to side. Breathing as you go. As you draw the knee toward you, you're also bringing this right leg in toward your chest. Deep breaths into the low back. This is opening our hip, our right hip. Nice and relaxed, no pressure here. Good. And go ahead and release that knee, and then let's do the other side. Bring the left foot ankle over to the right top of the right leg, just above the knee. Weave that left hand through the hole. Right hand comes around, and you can interlace your fingers over your knee. And now begin to draw this right knee toward you as you rock. Keep drawing the knee in. So you'll get to a point where you can feel the tightness in the back of the left leg. So then go ahead and take your breath right into that side muscle there in the back of the leg. Breathe it in as you rock back and forth, just a gentle rock. Good. Now release, and then plant both feet hip width apart. And let's take our arms out to the side. And now we're just going to drop the knees over to the right in a twist, keeping your left shoulder down on the mat. Breathe into the belly here. And then bring both knees back to center and drop them over to the left for a twist on the other side. Right shoulder stays on the mat. Breathe into the belly. Good. Come back to center with your knees up. And now walk your feet underneath your knees so they're closer to your seat. Arms stay down alongside the body. And we're going to come into bridge pose. So you lift the hips and you draw your shoulders underneath you. If you can interlace your hands, go ahead. If not, your arms and your hands and wrists are just flat down on the mat. And now you're going to press into the feet as you draw your sternum toward your chin. All right, it's not about getting the hips up so high as it is about getting the thoracic vertebrae from your neck down to the middle of the back into a vertical position. And so you keep working with the upper back by drawing the chin to the sternum. And breathe. Squeeze through your mula bandha. Squeeze up right in through your perineum, your anus, and your sex organs. You squeeze that area, and that's going to help you come into the position, giving you that internal core lift. One more breath. Good. Now release the shoulders, lower down all the way onto the back. And let's bring the knees up to the chest. Grab onto them or hold them with your arms and rock back and forth. Gently. Deep breaths into the low back and kidney area. Good. Now we're going to do a modified version of Sarvangasana, which is shoulder stand. So you're going to bring a pillow or a blanket or block or towel over to the wall. And you're going to place it right close to the wall. So we're going to be doing legs up the wall here. Usually in shoulder stand, we're balanced on our shoulders with our legs up in the air. But today we're taking the modified version, all of us. And if you do want to do that at in your home, in your own private home, and you want to do shoulder stand, by all means do it. So I'm demonstrating the modified version, scooching my butt as close to the wall as possible. Got my legs up the wall. Then I'm going to lift my pelvis and place that block right underneath. And here we go. It's supporting the sacrum. I can take my arms out wide. My legs are up. And I can actually feel my seat on the wall here. That's how close I am. And now I'm just going to relax. Just relax your whole body. This is now considered an inversion pose because the legs are up. The blood is draining down to the heart. The heart gets to rest this morning. And just receive. Eyes are closed. Focus on the breath going in and out. And just allow yourself to be. Few more breaths. Good. And now you're going to slowly come out of the pose by pressing into the wall. Release that pillow, block, or blanket from underneath you. Roll onto one side and then press yourself up into a seated cross-legged position. And you can feel the blood coming back into the legs now. And we're going to roll out over the ankles and come into our table pose onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and let's just do a little cat-cow, nice and slow, where you drop your belly, spread your sits bones wide as your tailbone reaches up, and your gaze is also up. Breath is coming in. And now exhale, press the heart up, tuck the tailbone and the chin. And a nice flow back and forth at your own pace with your own breath. Good. Come to a neutral position with your spine. Your gaze is down at the mat. Your back is flat. And you're going to tuck the toes under and take it back into downward dog. Pedaling through the feet. Breathing. One heel down and then the other. Good. Now take your feet the width of the mat and sink both heels down. And we're going to add a slight bounce with the heart. Press away from the hands. Extend through your arms, and this will help your heels come all the way down on the mat. Okay, so see how it's easier to do the downward dog when your legs are spread wide because you've got more room there. And now you're going to walk your feet towards your body a little bit. You're still in downward dog, but now you're in a shorter stance, a much shorter stance. So that means that your hands and your feet are closer together. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. From here, we're going to take your left hand to the outside of the right ankle. So walk your feet up to it so that you can do that. Come as close with your feet as you need to so you can reach your left hand to the outside of the right ankle. And once you do, turn your gaze up under your right arm and look out. So everyone's going to be at a different place here. And this is a nice twist. You're going to feel this and stretch in the right leg. Deep breaths. Good. Bring that left hand back to its position, fingers spread wide. And now other side. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left ankle. Remember, your feet can be way up close to your hands, wherever it feels comfortable for you and you're supported in the pose. And then your gaze comes underneath the left armpit and you're looking out as you breathe. Keep those heels down. And smile. Good. We're really opening up the back of the legs with that pose. Slight bounce as you bring your right hand back into position in front. Slight bounce with your chest towards your legs, still opening up the backs of the legs. And now go ahead and drop your knees down. Bring your toes together, your knees the width of the mat, and sit back in child's pose. Forehead comes down, arms are out on the mat. Just breathe. Go ahead and come back up into table. Knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. A couple more cat-cows. Inhale, looking up, drop the belly. Tailbone up. Breath all the way in and exhale. Tuck the tailbone and chin, press the heart up. And back again, one more time. Good. And now we're going to come all the way down onto our belly. Any which way you want to come. Bringing your chin onto the mat, legs are straight, toes are pointed, arms are down alongside the body, palms facing down. Lifting the right leg up, hip stays on the mat, hold it here. Relax the whole upper body as you breathe. You're just lifting right from the hips, the leg, the glutes. Few more breaths. And relax that left leg, that right leg down, lifting the left leg up. Hip bone stays on the mat. Extend through the foot. Breathe. Good. And release that left leg down. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head to one side. And just rock your hips out. So that little pose right there, that builds a nice strong glute and back body muscles, right? So now we're gonna lift everything up. Lift the legs, lift the chest, lift the arms. Deep breaths right into the belly. We want to strengthen these back muscles. Well, we want to strengthen all the muscles. But we've got to do equal poses for the back of the body as we do for the front. If you want to interlace your hands behind your back, you can. And just imagine now that you're skydiving, flying through the air. Woo! You ever see those guys jumping off in those squirrel suits? It's crazy. I would love to do that, but I just haven't got the balls. I mean, that's crazy, but it looks like so much fun. Okay, stay lifted, 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 and now release. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head to the other side. Rock those hips out. Good. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Let's take it up and back into downward dog. Good. From downward dog, let's pedal into the feet a little bit. And now we're going to do a couple of standing poses. So step this left foot up between your hands. Now, it might come here first, and that's okay. You just take your hand and grab onto your ankle and bring it all the way up. All right, so we've got a nice long lunge. And in low lunge here, your back knee is lifted. And just breathe here. So we want to make sure that the knee is directly over the ankle in a 90-degree angle. Ankle angle. And then from here, we're going to come into warrior two. So plant your right foot down. Your front heel lines up with the instep of the back foot. So make any adjustments in your feet. It's a nice long stance. And you're going to use the strength of your front leg to windmill your arms up into warrior two. The warrior two position is, you want to be able to see this front big toe. You're still sinking into this leg. Now, if you're not quite down as far as I am, that's fine. Wherever you are, right? You're working with your own body. Reach through the back of this leg and then sort of reach for the mat with the outside of this right foot. Arms come up, draw the shoulder blades together in the back, drop your shoulders. You've got one arm pointing in each direction, and your torso is facing sideways. Turn your head over the left arm and then squeeze up through that Mula Bandha, the lock, the perineum, the sex organs. Squeeze it up as you sink into this front leg and breathe. Good. Release the arms down, straighten through the front leg, and you're going to draw this back foot up. Still the same arrangement where the front heel lines up with the instep of the back foot, but your stance is shorter now as we're coming into Trikonasana or triangle pose. Press into the feet, bring the arms out. And now lengthen out over the front leg. The whole torso lengthens. The left hand comes down to a block or your ankle or the mat, and the right arm comes up. So you can have your block here to support your hand. High side or low side, whatever works for you. You can have it flat. Just find that perfect position for you. Press into the feet here. And now in this pose, lengthen from the crown so that all extremities, the legs, the arms, and the head are all lengthening as you breathe. Lengthening from the center outward. Good. Go ahead and release this right arm down. And now come into low lunge once again. This time, drop your right knee down. Hands are on either side, underneath the shoulders. Your right knee is down and your back toes are curled under. We're going to straighten through this front leg. You can have your blocks here. And so your front left foot is flexed and your hip is over your right knee. Right? So we don't want to be too far back or too far forward. We want to be just centered over the right leg for support. Blocks on either side, and then with your left foot flexed, go ahead and bend forward right from the hip crease. Lengthen with the spine, and you're going to feel that beautiful stretch right up the back of the left leg. Breathe. Keep your head lifted here, and you're just drawing your heart forward. Feels good. Sometimes we can be in a position where our lives get very busy and we don't do our practice as much as we want. And so then when we do come back to it, it's just like, oh, praise Jesus. Feels so good. The body just loves yoga. Opening up all those muscles, all those energy channels. And then everything just feels better. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Good. One more breath here. And now we're going to shift our weight forward onto this front foot. You can take your block with you and bring your block off to the side. And now we're in low lunge. But do you see how far back my right leg is? Okay. Got that 90-degree angle with the knee over the ankle. And then come up with both hands on your left knee. You're dropping the hip down, so you're really getting the deep stretch into the psoas muscle here, into that right front hip. And then from here, squeeze into the root lock, the Mula Bandha. Squeeze it up and lift through the heart. So the hips are drawing down toward the earth. You've got the root lock, and you've got the lengthening through the torso. The upper body is lifting to the heavens. You can stay right here. If you would like to, you can take your arms up into Temple Mudra, arms by your ears, and breathe. Go ahead and lower your hands down to the mat. And then straighten through the front leg. And now we're going to tuck the back toes under and lift that back knee. Step the back foot up for pyramid pose. So now the right foot is aligning with the right hip bone and the left hip aligns with the left hip bone. pyramid pose, both legs are straight. You can have your blocks here. And from here, press into the feet, straighten both legs, and lean out over the center line. Breathe, it's a deep stretch right up the back of this left leg. Deep breath. And now we're going to shift our weight to come onto the left leg. You can use your blocks to do this as well. And you're going to take the right leg high for standing leg split. Draw the nose toward the knee. So the right leg will come to wherever it comes to. And maybe down here, wherever. Doesn't matter. Balance is on the left foot, on the left leg. Breathe and be happy. That you can even raise your leg up, you know what I'm saying? It's such a joy. It's such a gift to have your health. So celebrate wherever you are. And now bend the right knee, and you're going to take the right knee behind the left foot, and we're going to come all the way down onto the mat with our legs crossed. And we're going to do a little twist here. So make sure both sits bones are down on the mat. The right foot is over, the left foot is over the right leg, and the right leg is bent. Now bring your left arm behind you, and you can take your right elbow to the inside of the left knee, lengthen up through the crown and twist. Deep breath. Good. All right, we're going to do this on the other side. So go ahead and lift the legs, cross at the ankles, and lean forward. Let's do a couple cat-cows after you come into table. Inhale, looking up. Exhale. Press the heart up. And again. Fabulous. And now downward dog, tuck those toes under, press back. Slight pulsation with the heart. And here we can raise our right leg high as we step it up into low lunge. Just breathing here for a moment in this stretch. Modified version is the back knee is down. Otherwise, the knee is lifted. Good. And now we're coming into our warrior two. So plant this left foot down, line up the inside of the back foot with the front heel. Nice long stance. Bend into this right knee, and then you're going to windmill the arms into position, coming into warrior two on the other side. Reach through this left leg. The left leg is straight. Torso turns sideways. Arms come up. Gaze turns out over the right hand. Squeeze up through the Mula Bandha. And then sink into that front leg. I have no idea why I'm laughing, but I just find it funny. Now squeeze up, because that is your strength in the pose. That's going to hold us all together. Breathe. And smile. Little smile. Good. Release the arms, and we're going to draw this back foot up. so that we have a nice shorter stance. For our Trikonasana, get your block ready. Arms come out and then press into the feet as you lengthen the torso out over front leg. No idea what I'm laughing. And your hand comes onto a block. Now in Trikonasana, you can see how my torso is exactly parallel to the floor. This is the angle that we're striving to come into. Okay, wrong use of words. That we're easing our way into, that we're effortlessly coming into, and the left arm comes up. Now, if you're not at that exact angle, that is okay. You could be up here and working it here. Wherever you are, honor your beautiful body, honor your beautiful self. You're showing up and you're doing your yoga practice. Awesome. Breathe. Press into the feet. Remember, you're lengthening all the extremities outward from the center now. Good. Relax. And you're going to drop this left hand down. You can have your blocks here. And now pull this left foot in. Wait, I've missed something. Okay. Come back into low lunge. Yep, back into low lunge. Here the knee is down. The left knee is down. Your right foot is underneath the right knee. The right ankle is anyway. And now we're going to straighten through this front leg. Hip comes over the left knee, and you can have your blocks here. Right foot is flexed. Now lengthen the torso out over the center line, keeping the heart and head lifted as you lower the torso down to increase the stretch in the back of the right leg. Deep breaths. Good. And then shift your weight forward over your front foot. And we're coming into Anjayasana. Bring your hands up to your knee. Now we uncurl the back toes here. And then lift through the heart. Squeeze through the mula lock. And if you feel so inclined, you can bring your arms up. Simple pose. First two fingers reaching out together as you lift through the heart. Good. Lower those hands down. And now we're going to tuck the back toes under and step it up into pyramid pose. Feet lining up with the hip bones. Press into the feet. Draw your heart forward. Legs are straight. And you're going to feel that right up the back of the right leg. You can have your blocks. Be way up here. Whatever works for your body. Excellent. And now let's shift our weight onto this right foot, walking the hands up. Okay, so now we've got a tripod with our two hands and our right foot, a triangle. And you can lift this left leg up wherever it goes and just draw the nose toward the knee. Now, extend through the left leg as you do this and breathe. And smile. There's something about having a little curl of your mouth with that smile on it that just makes the whole thing more enjoyable. It's like your body knows what a smile is. It means you're happy. And so it just takes on that energy. Good. Now you're going to bend this left knee, and we're going to slowly bend the right knee and take the left knee behind the left foot. That left, no, you can't take the left knee behind the left foot. That's impossible. Notice how your left foot comes down, then you drop your left knee behind the right foot and come to sit with your legs crossed. All right. Make sure both sits bones are down, so make adjustments. And so both legs are bent here. Lift up from your crown. Take your right arm behind you, and your left elbow can come to the inside of the right leg as you twist. There's a whole bunch of right, left going on today. Breathe. Good. One more deep breath. And then release, come back to center. And now we're going to take our legs wide on the mat. So you're facing sideways on the mat. And just bring your legs out as wide as they come. And bring your hands into the center. And we're going to slowly walk it forward. Wherever you land, perhaps right up here on your forearms. And just draw your belly button down. Draw the belly button down. And nice deep breaths into the body. And feel yourself coming further and further into the pose. Wherever you come to. Good, and let's go ahead and press back up. And now bring the legs together. Shake them out. So I'm starting a YouTube channel, which I'm going to announce soon. It's going to have all of my yoga classes on it. Plus, I'm going to be doing recipes like golden milk and different energy balls and different salads and breakfasts that are healthy and good for you. And I would love for you to join or to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And so I'll announce that next week and post it. Just all things that are going to help you feel better. I know at the age of, I'm turning 55 in November. And the main thing for me is I just want to wake up feeling good in my body. So everything that I do is geared around feeling good. I want to feel good. Not in the short term, but in the long term. So that means practices and things that I put into my body have got to be supportive of the long-term goal of feeling good, which also makes you look good and, it affects all aspects of your being, your physical, your mental, and your emotional and spiritual levels. So we're only going one direction here, and I want it to be an enjoyable ride. All right, legs are together. You can place a block or a blanket or bolster under your knees again. We're going to do a forward fold. And now we've done a lot of more poses and we've warmed up a lot. So we should be able to go deeper into the pose here. Leaning forward, feet are flexed. Go ahead and lengthen out right from the hip crease. So you lift your torso and Now you extend out over the leg. Here, you can, if you have any neck issues, just keep your head and chest lifted. If you don't, you can round the back and drop the head. And it is really good to have something underneath the knees, no matter how flexible you are. And now breathe right into the low back. Good. Let's come up slowly. And we're coming into Shavasana now. Time flies when you are having fun. So make your way onto your back. You can plant your feet, arms out, and then slowly lower. And we'll just do a short twist first. The twist at the end of the practice is always just to get symmetry for both sides and to even out the left and the right side. And that helps straighten the spine. So bring your knees into your chest, arms out in a T position, palms facing down. Just drop the knees over to the right. Few breaths here. And then bring the knees back up to center and over to the left. Good. And now open up in your Shavasana pose. Legs the width of, at least the width of the mat. Arms out, palms facing up. And I do like to come into that star pose. So my legs are really wide and my arms are straight out. And there's something about the shape of the star with the body that creates more relaxation and energetic flow, I find. And now stilling the mind, stilling the body as we come into corpse pose, just to be completely silent. I'm not going to be speaking for quite a few minutes. So just with your eyes closed, go inward and allow your body to process all of the movement in this stillness, practicing surrender. Now slowly bring your awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a nice deep breath in. And then reach your arms long overhead and stretch through your whole body, from your fingertips to your toe tips and everywhere in between. And then bend through your knees and roll onto one side. And then gently press yourself up to a seated cross-legged position. And other world. Bring your palms to your heart. Eyes closed. We'll close the class, chanting the sound of Om. And this would be the perfect time for you to do meditation. Right after you do your yoga practice, sit in meditation in your favorite chair or wherever. And the best way to do it is to have a grateful heart, compassionate heart. Just feel the energy of compassion in your heart while you sit in meditation and breathe and plug into the universe. So you can do that as soon as we close here. And I wish you all a beautiful day. And I bow to the amazing, magnificent, and beautiful light inside of you that is also inside of me. Namaste. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. I am Beth Wright, and you can find me on Facebook, Spiritworks Beth Wright, or on the World Wide Web of energyhealingteacher.com. Have an awesome day.